Time for the accused to step forward now on BBC Two. Justice Julian is about to enter.
Accused on All Rise tonight, this teacher obsessed with the Eurovision Song Contest, and this anorak who prefers remote control cars to his girlfriend. Back-breaking community service awaits those condemned. All rise for Julia. So now please all rise for Judge Julian. Clary.
Welcome to the show in which I listen to people's problems, I pass some kind of judgment, and I make jokes about bottoms. And listening politely to my every whim, my every quip indeed, is my lovely Auntie June.
Well, thank you, dear.
Of course, your real function this evening is to really be the voice of experience, isn't it?
Oh, yes, indeed, yes. Well, you know, talking of voices, dear, when you come home in the early hours with your jolly friends, could you keep it down a bit? Because last night I was just trying to get off.
Oh. What do you think I was trying to do? So, I'm ready for my first case.
Oh, very well. Well, your first case is Carl O'Sullivan, who charges his flatmate, Dean Asker, with noise pollution because of his obsession with the Eurovision Song Contest. Oh, a nasty situation. It could explode at any moment, so you better get on with it, dear.
Oh, we don't want it exploding, do we?
No, we don't want that.
My way on. Carl, hello.
Hello.
Are you sure about the yellow shirt? Now, what do you do for a living, Carl?
I'm a computer programmer at Walsgrave Hospital in Coventry.
And does that fulfil you, or is there a yawning void within?
I think there's a yawning void. I'd love to give up my job and go and live in Newcastle.
Oh. You know how to enjoy yourself, don't you? Why Newcastle?
It just feels like my home. I've never lived there, but it just feels like it's such a friendly place. And I love the Geordie
Perhaps
accent.
you were there in a former life. If you had a former life. If you have a current life. Snap. You share a flat with Dean
I do.
here, don't you?
I do.
And how long have you been sharing with him?
For about 4 years now.
I see. And whereabouts is this flat?
It's in Kenilworth in Warwickshire.
And something that he does rubs you up the wrong way.
It does indeed.
They're reading between the lines. Nothing to do with me, Carl. Carry on, yes.
He's got a big obsession with the Eurovision Song Contest. It's on night and day. I go to bed with Gina G and I wake up with Brotherhood of Man.
Some people would pay to do that. It's driving you mad.
It is. I just can't stand it anymore.
What about your own tastes? Are they more sophisticated?
Yes, I think they are, really.
Sorry, I'm sorry, there's an element in. We'll have someone ejaculated in a minute. Tell me about your own tastes,
I think
Carl.
I've got quite good taste. I've got Mike Oldfield, Dean Friedman, bread. I mean...
Well, moving on.
What could you want?
Dean, hello.
Hello, Julian.
How long's this been going on? Because your friend is at his wit's end.
Well, I've liked the Eurovision since I was about 5.
Most of us
Ding, ding,
stopped
dong.
round about 8.
How can you say that, Julian?
I can say what I like. Tell me the Eurovision Song
Well,
Contest.
I will convey to you why you should like the Eurovision Song Contest. At our Eurovision convention last year, we had a vote on who should host next year's Eurovision, and you came, I'm afraid, second. You came behind Dale Winton.
I wouldn't touch Eurovision with a barge pole, or indeed Dale Winton. But let's remind ourselves of some of the marvellous moments from the Eurovision Song Contest that Dean loves so much. Now, Dean, you're a teacher.
I am.
Thank you. Put a sock in it.
Oh, sorry.
I believe we've got some pictures of your home, and you've got a room given over to all these things.
That's my little shrine.
Okay news.
That's Sonia.
There's Sonia
there.
corner.
Yeah, she came second. It was such a shame. They're my CD singles. Some of those cost about £15 each, so they're insured.
I see, and are you often to be found on your hands and knees in front of this shrine?
No, I don't think so, Julian, no.
Well, to redress the balance a bit, is there anything Carl does that annoys you particularly? Like, does he drink lager? Does he leave his girlfriend's knickers down the side of the sofa? Just play along with it, please. What we need to see, I think, is you in full obsessional flight at one of the Eurovision contests. Where was this?
This was in Dublin, at the Point.
And that's you there with your flag
me,
out?
yes.
Have you got some supporters here?
I've got loads of supporters, Julian. Behind you, you will find Warren, Bill, and two schoolgirls, Liz and Emily.
Hello, Warren.
Julian, you all right?
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Now, you're of a similar bent, are you?
I'm similarly inclined, yes, Julian.
Yes, well, explain to me what's so great about it.
People think it's tacky, which it is, and it's kitsch.
But we
yes,
love
it is.
that,
But we love it.
We love it for the kitschness.
We don't care.
We don't
care what to say.
We say be proud about Eurovision.
Well, then, what kind of television do you like, Carl?
I like Countdown and Ab Fab.
Oh, do you? You ever seen that, Auntie?
No, I've never heard of it, dear.
Name a year, and I'll tell you who won. Go on.
We will, Julian.
1959.
1959. I'm a bit hazy on the 50s, but it's probably France or Luxembourg, because they won a lot.
Well, no one here is going to contradict
Exactly.
you. The other side of the coin here, what's your experience of this terribly fraught relationship here?
We can't go around for dinner anymore because we've been round and...
Does he do all this? Name a year, name a year.
Yes, he does. He's like, the conversation is taken over by Dean, who wants us to, fire questions at him all the time.
And does he then try and lure you into his private little room there?
Yes, to pay homage at the shrine.
Pay homage.
Yeah.
We have to bend over in front of it.
What I think we really need, Auntie, is some kind of inside information on this naff jamboree.
Oh, what about Katrina Laskanovich?
Oh, I've been inoculated.
Oh, dear, she won this year. You remember Katrina and the Waves?
Oh, of course.
For you to be dragged to Julian's court in such a manner is an absolute disgrace. What we need is more love. Shine a light in every corner of my heart.
What would she know? She's foreign. Now, summing up last words from you, Carl, can you state your case any more strongly than you already have?
I just think that I really need saving before I turn into a Eurovision anorak.
You mean it could overtake your life as well?
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And you?
I think that everybody really secretly loves the Eurovision Song Contest, but just won't say it. You've got to get up and say it, everybody. You've got to stand up for what you believe in. Let it out.
Well, I'd like to see you two stand up and say something else. Well, anyway, Auntie, have you got any last words?
Well, I thought you might like to hear from a proper pop musician.
Who's that, Auntie?
Well, it's a lovely man, and his name is Mr. Motor, and he's from Lemmyhead.
No, I think...
What?
Lemmy from Motorhead. Hello, Lemmy. What do you think?
I think it stinks.
It's a marvellous shot. You're not a Eurovision star. Get off. I want some Eurovision stars now. Absolutely. I want a Eurovision star. I mean,
For goodness sake.
outrage.
Rattles your cage.
I'm outraged. Give some more time to a Eurovision star.
You're getting very high-pitched.
I know.
Sorry, Lemmy.
That's what the world needs, more outrage. You won't find it on the Eurovision Song Contest, will you? All there is boom, bang, a bang, and puppet on a bleeding string.
Well, thank you ever so much for coming on in your lovely tight trousers. It's been a highlight of my evening, and now I feel a verdict coming on. Stand up, please. Well, it's been tricky, but I think that you're a bit of a tragic figure, Dean.
Julian, please don't
I
do
think, Carl, you've been
don't.
tolerant
Come
for
on.
long enough. It's a wonder he hasn't come at you with a spatula the way you're carrying on. So I find you guilty. I think that you just need to get out of the house a bit more. The pair of you, really, but especially you, Dean, and to encourage you, I'm sentencing you to some community service. Would you like to pick an envelope, please?
Not really, but I'll pick yellow.
Matches the shirt.
Ah, well, not too bad. Music is involved, Dean. We're sending you off to the Hadbury 97 Blues and Folk Festival. We're not requiring you to listen to any of the music, so don't pull that face. What we want you to do is empty the portaloos. Auntie, you've got something for Carl?
I certainly have. Auntie's sponge fingers.
Oh, lovely, I'll enjoy it.
Homemade.
Hot from the Arga. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Goodbye. I know a lot of you think that I have no contact at all with the rough and ready side of life, apart, obviously, from my Wednesday evenings at Membry Lorry Park service station. But not a bit of it. I enjoy getting to grips with the rough and ready in far-flung places, which is why the BBC cameras followed me this week to the delightful Metro Centre in Newcastle. Your name's Gavin?
Yeah.
And you're here in Newcastle on your holidays?
Yeah.
And are you all staying, where are you staying, in a house or in a hotel?
In a caravan.
And has your caravan got plumbing facilities? Because a lot of people up in this part of England don't have toilets or running water.
Well, we have.
You've got running water in your
We've
caravan?
got water, toilets, a cooker.
So what can I do for you? What's your problem?
My dad's so lazy. He just sleeps all the morning and stays up all night.
What happens in the mornings?
I always have to go and get him up for breakfast. He says okay in a wee minute, but he gets up ages away.
How do you go and wake him up? Do you shout at him? Do you nudge him?
No, I just shake him around.
Shake him around? It's probably the best way. I'll write him a letter on your behalf, Gavin, OK? What's his name?
Americo.
Who?
Americo.
I'll put Daddy. Dear Daddy, please get up when Gavin tells you to. Give this to your father.
Okay.
Sorry it's not an envelope or anything. Thank you, Gavin. Good luck to you and your family. Next.
I'm representing my pussycat called Leo, and Leo's an 8-o'clock white colour. They're enormously fluffy.
Does that go with your furniture?
Yes, he does go with our furniture.
Apricot.
Well, we've got different colours.
Peach?
I think we've got a few peach things.
I suspect you have.
And he was very distressed because his favourite brand of cat food, he couldn't eat it anymore because we opened the can and it was mouldy.
No.
Yeah. What do you think they should do?
Well, I should think they'll give you a refund.
Yeah.
Something for the distress. 20 quid or something?
That sounds good.
Enough for a new Calvin Klein top.
Yeah.
And maybe an uplift bra. I don't fully make any most of yourself.
Oh, right, okay.
In the chest department.
Oh, right, okay,
All right?
yeah.
Push together and lift up. Next, please. Now, who do we have here?
I'm Max, he's Jack.
And are you brothers?
Yes.
What's the problem?
My grandma never... When I was on stopping pocket money. Yeah, she keeps stopping my pocket money.
And you're not naughty boys.
Yeah. He goes down the street doing non-hander, goes around the corner.
What?
He does non-hander like that, going down the street on his bike.
Yeah, well, I think both hands is the traditional way. Right.
I know, but
And how old are you two?
Sam's 7, he's 8. No, yeah, just.
And does your granny do any nice things ever?
Sometimes. Yes, sometimes.
Can we just to even the balance a bit, tell me some nice things that she does?
She does like feeding me beans and toast and stuff when I'm from the balcony.
What's the problem with going on the balcony? Is this dangerous?
And we usually go on the railings and jump across.
What floor are you on?
First.
So what do you want me to do? What do you think I should do?
I know what I could do.
Oh, yes.
I could get some of the magic trees.
So you think if I gave you something off this tray, it would solve the problem, do you? What do you think? You want a magic tree? It's an air freshener. You don't smell, do you?
No, but she does.
That lovely girl, Star, she was sent £3 from the pet food manufacturers.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. And that little boy's grandmother was thrilled with his magic tree. So, shall we press on, Auntie?
Yes, very well. Would you like to hear your next case?
Please.
Tracy Scott, who accuses her partner, Darren Moffat, of mental cruelty.
This could be harrowing.
Oh, grasp the nettle, dear. Go on, go to it.
On the way. Tracy, what's the problem?
Darren's hobby.
Yes?
Darren's taking his hobby too far.
No.
Too far.
Well, what is his hobby?
It's radio-controlled toy cars.
Oh, right. Would you call them toys?
Not a toy.
It's a model car. Vroom, vroom. Did you have this hobby before you met?
Oh, no. No.
So has it changed him?
Yeah, he used to take me out. He used to take me out all the time. Anything I wanted. But now, the last time Darren took me out was 8 months ago.
No.
Yeah.
So basically, you're jealous of his hobby?
Not jealous, just fed up of the extremes he's taken the hobby to.
OK, fair enough. Hello, Darren.
Hello.
What do you do?
I'm a welder.
A welder? Have you got your own tool bag?
Yes.
Is it a great big bulging one? And this hobby of yours that seems to have taken over your life, when did you first get interested in it?
Well, it was actually Tracy that got me interested in it.
Oh, do you remember that?
No.
Was she denied?
It was my birthday and she couldn't think what to buy me for my birthday, so I said a few suggestions and then she came up with this model car idea.
But can you explain to me an ordinary, common or garden celebrity homosexual what the fascination is with these vroom vroom cars?
It's just the competition.
Competition?
Competition on a small scale.
Well, I think to bring it to life, we ought to have a look at you. I believe we caught you in action in a field somewhere. And that's your car, is it? Oh, goodbye. It's just a dot in the distance, and here it comes again. A round of applause for your car. Don't you ever get bored? Do you ever feel like mowing down Barbie dolls or anything?
No, they're competing, you know.
Is it? And what do you say about the neglecting of Tracy? Because she feels neglected.
Well, she's never in any way, and she's very, very, very bad-tempered. So bad-tempered, she threatened to kick me out one day.
Really?
And piled all my stuff at the top of the stairs, and then put a car battery on top of them. When I went to pick my stuff up, the car battery tipped over, and...
It was all... He left it lying around. I didn't know they spilled.
Now, you could sell those down Old Compton Street. No, it's a shame. And you a 30-inch waist. Fancy. So you're kind of countercharging her with being violent and driving her out the house.
I didn't know it was going to leak. It could have leaked on my carpet,
Please
you know.
don't touch me.
It did.
You spend a lot of time on the telephone, I believe.
He does. He phones Drew, his model car friend, practically every evening, and they talk under the stairs.
I'll have a word with Drew.
They do. In hushed tones.
It could be telephone
In hushed tones for half an hour to three-quarters of an hour every night.
You talk to him on the phone about cars?
Yeah.
So imagine I'm Darren on the phone. So I'll say, hello, Drew. How's your car today? Well, I'm just trying to really... How's your car today?
He doesn't say it like that, does he?
Oh, how's your car today?
It's all right, thanks.
Okay. Do you have a car of your own? So what... I mean, I can understand. How old are you?
10.
I can understand a small boy being interested, but not...
We're all small boys at heart, aren't we?
Well, I think, Darren, I can only really judge this if I can get my hands on your equipment. You've got your vroom with you?
Yes, me too.
Right, OK. Well, come down here and bring Drew with you, and we'll get to grips with it. I'm not going to touch it myself, obviously, not in my position. We'll leave that to Drew. I'm going to stand over here. Does it take you long to get it going, Drew?
No.
Shouldn't do.
Oh, bald patch. Right. What do you have to do? Just to...
Let's put this on, heat the plug up.
Heat the plug up, then.
It needs plugging in, Drew.
I need plugging in sometimes. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh, hurry up, Drew. I'm bored already. Oh, there we go. Wow, exciting. Sit down and away we go. Oh, I'm over here. Oh. Right, OK, well, I'll tire of it. Stop now. How to turn it off?
Touch this wire wheel.
It's a bit irritating, isn't it? It's a bit like little Jack Russell. Maybe I can interest you in something over here, in our little toy collection. Look, these are much cheaper. And look.
And quieter.
And that one.
There you are.
Look. Oh. Does that not get you going?
No, not really.
Try this one.
You're just not fast enough.
Not fast. Well, look, this one, surely.
Oh, this will do it, surely.
You can have this up again.
Oh, mind your fingers, dear.
Oh, well, I don't know. Let's go and sit down again. Make my mind up shortly. Tracy, you haven't spoken for a while. Can you just sum up for me?
Stop neglecting me, stop neglecting the children, and stop boiling model car bits on my cooker.
Most important of all, yes?
Some people take the sport very, very seriously. She's come on this show to do what she does best, and that's mourn.
Don't get upset, dear. I feel a verdict coming on. Well, stand up, please, both of you. I think it's a disgrace. Darren, you're guilty. playing with dinky toys at your age. Darren, I'm going to confiscate your car for a start and sentence you to community service. Would you like to choose a colour, please? Just tell me what colour you want.
Sorry, orange.
Going to go for orange. OK. Does involve getting on your hands and knees as you clean out the kennels at Battersea Dogs Home. What about Tracy? What
Well, for Tracy, there's some of Auntie's gooseberry and kumquat jam.
Oh,
thank you.
lovely.
Thought you might like it.
Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you. And now the highlight of the show, where we turn our attention to the talent in blue serge that's pounding our streets. It is, of course, our competition to find Britain's prettiest policeman. Now, each week, we have some contestants, don't we?
Oh, we do indeed.
And the winner each week will go home with one of these lovely T-shirts. And here's Auntie doing her Kate Moss.
Oh, got quite carried away.
She should be carried away. And the eventual winner will go home with this coveted trophy of the... Well, you know what that is, don't you? Have you got the contenders this week, Auntie?
Yes, dear, and number 1 is Christopher Watts from Norfolk, nominated by Sergeant Penn.
I like a full-lipped policeman, don't you?
Haven't really thought about it.
He's 29 and his nickname is The Beast. Next one, please.
Number 2 is Chris Dower from Cheshire, nominated by himself.
And playing with himself as well, from the looks of things. He promises us that he won't be a disappointment should he get through to the final, whatever that means. Thank you, Chris. And finally...
Number 3 is Geoffrey Gilbert from Risley, nominated by his mum.
Oh. Thank you, Geoffrey. And earlier on, our studio audience cast their votes, did you not? Yes. And Auntie has the winners in an envelope.
Auntie does.
Read to you now. The runner-up this week was Chris Dower, number 2. He got 99 votes. But this week's winner, with 104 votes, number 3, Geoffrey Gilbert. And of course, we'll see Geoffrey here live in the studio in our final show. Well, I think that's all the camp old nonsense we've got time for this week. Auntie, shall we go about our business?
Yes.
Remember, I was arrested once outside Aldershot Barracks.
Oh, no.
GBH.
Grievous bodily harm?
No, generally being homosexual. But thank you very much to our studio audience. It's been lovely, haven't they? Really have been a delightful audience, although I'd appreciate it if you left now because you are beginning to smell. Thank you and good night.